Yo everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins. Last left off, we got some mail that we didn't check before. Want to talk in private? I'll wait for you to contact me. Oh, okay. Just straight to the point. Something in that short message made me feel very tense. Oh, wow, okay. That was very abrupt. I thought I would get the chance to choose, or at least say goodbye. Well, you know, see them saying goodbye. I wonder how different things may have been. I wonder if that's a scene where you could have not watched it. After I said my goodbyes to yours, I contacted Suzuha. She told me to come to the top of the radio building. Sup? When I arrived, she was standing silently on the dark roof. There was no trace of a smile on her face. Her eyes even shone in the darkness. And as she glared at me, I felt a shiver run down my spine. This was not the Suzuha I was used to. Maybe this was her true self. Whatever she wanted to talk to me about, I was sure I wasn't going to like it. Sorry to bring you out here like this, Uncle Ocarine. What did you want to talk about? Oh, I'm not really good at talking to people or trying to persuade them, you know? From the way she stumbled over her words, it was clearly something she didn't want to talk about. Just say it. That's what the old you would have done, right? Yeah, you're right. Are you trying to break this to me gently? I see. Thanks. It's not really like that. So I got a little annoyed and tried to say something back to me, but ended up swallowing her words. To be honest, it was a bit of a shock at first. You were so different than the Suzuha I know. I can't help it. When the world line changed, so does your environment you grew up in. And that changes your personality and how you think. Yeah. But I don't think that anymore. You're still the Suzuha I know. No, I really am different. I'm not the Suzuha anime you know well, Uncle Ocarine. I followed you today. Followed me? That's right, all the way to the hospital. What did she say? Why would she do that? No, I knew the answer without even asking. There's only one reason she would do something like that. You realize that I jumped world lines. I always suspected that your reading signer might have activated on Christmas Eve. And not just then, today too. And now I'm sure. I deliberately avoided telling Suzuha that the world line had changed. I don't know why she would be like the one person you could talk to try and figure this out. It was obvious that she would react like this. Tell me, is this a different world line than it was before? What will you do with the answer? Just tell me. Whoa. Okay. This escalated quickly. This is an order, Okabe Minato. I gulped as I saw her pull a gleaming pistol out of her jacket. It was aimed right between my eyes. This is a joke, right? I wouldn't do this as a joke. I felt like Suzuha was trying to revert to who she was when I'd first come to the Beta Ward line. A woman who put her mission above everything else. She was so desperate it hurt to even look at her. What would happen if she shot me here? I imagined myself laying on the ground in a pool of blood. In my mind, the image overlapped with Kusu's dead body. I closed my eyes and grit my teeth, trying to avoid a flashback. I spent the last month trying to escape to Okinawa in the middle of a war, but I still wasn't used to having a gun pointed right at me. I'll ask you one more time, did the world line change? Is this a different world line than it was before? but Suzuha's hands were shaking a little as she held the gun. That would have been unimaginable when she first came here from the future. Maybe she was ashamed of it, but because she bit down on her teeth even harder. Ow. She must have bit her lip when she did so, because a single trail of blood ran down her jaw and dripped onto the ground. I stared at the blood as I answered. Don't worry. We're in the same world line we were before. You sure? Yeah. It's true that the world line moved once, but we came back, I think. Who is responsible? Russia? I think so. Which means they finally started experimenting with the time machine. I nodded. Then that means there's no time to waste. If they keep experimenting, something will happen, and that can't be changed. It might close the path to Steins Gate. I'm a fool. I shouldn't have wasted time worrying. I'm done trying to get you to change your mind. What will you do? Okabe Reinto, you're going to follow my orders. You're coming back to July 28th with me. And if I refuse, I won't let you refuse. Are you okay with that? What? Are you okay with erasing this world line? There's a horrible ringing in my ears as a fierce pain in my eardrums. Second later, the smell of gunpowder passed my face. She really shot at me. Next time won't be a threat. I'll shoot you. She was glaring at me as if she was about to cry. We stared at each other in silence. I tried as hard as I could to come up with something to calm her down, but nothing came to me. Nothing I could come up with would get her to change her mind. What should I do? Suzuha, Ocarine, what are you doing? Suddenly I heard Daru's voice. I turned and saw that he'd come out of the door near the stairs. Dad, how? I got a message from Mayushi and Aonumeshi. They said you contacted Ocarine? I had a bad feeling, so I decided to look for you. And then I got a message from an unknown sender. An unknown sender? They sent me a URL that led to a map of this place. I thought you might be here, so I came right over. Then I heard a gunshot and it really scared me. Dad's whole body was covered in sweat. Even as he spoke, large beads were appearing in his forehead. He must have really hurried. So, Suzuha, what's with the gun? Oh, Suzuha wasn't actually... You wouldn't fire a gun if you didn't have a reason. Duh. Come on, Suzuha. Out with it. Dad, you know what it is. What's that? The world line changed. Russia started experimenting with the time machine. You sure? That's why I'm doing this. At this rate, it'll be too late to do anything. We won't reach Steins Gate. We won't be able to stop the Third World War. Lots of people will die. Mom will die. And I won't be able to stop any of it. That would be really bad. But still, even if you threaten Ocarina and force him to go back to the past with you, is that really going to work? That was normally easy-going expression had suddenly turned serious. Since I started to research the time machine and the world lines, I kind of figured something out. I think Ocarina might be right. It may be impossible to save Masakishi the normal way. Now you're saying it too, Dad. If the rules on causality of the world lines could be changed that easily, Ocarina should have been able to save Mayushi in the Alpha world line, right? School of thought that says that all things have a cause and effect. The idea is at the core of This idea is at the core of relativity theory. However, it has been observed in a microscale world of quantum mechanics that causality does not apply. And what am I supposed to do? Dao brought his fist up to his chest. That's what we're researching, right? But there's no time. That's okay, just leave it to me. I'll figure something out, I promise. I wish you'd listen to your dad once in a while. Dao's voice is strong and kind, in a way that you never imagined he was capable of. He softly took the gun from Suzuha's hand. She didn't resist. Here, you forgot something that's way more important than a gun. On cold days like today, you should be wearing these. Dao took something out of his pocket. He pressed them into Suzuha's hand. It was a pair of handmade gloves. It was the present that Yuki had given her at the Christmas party. I remembered it well. When he gave her the gloves, warm tears started to flow down her face. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah? Help me, Dad. Help me, please. Suzuha's shoulders shook as the tears poured down. I turned my eyes towards the time machine, a silhouette in the darkness. I decided that I'm not getting back in that thing. No matter what Dao said, no matter how Suzuha threatened me, I wasn't going back to the past. I can't look back. Whew. The next thing she knew, Suzuha was inside the time machine, wrapped up in a blanket. She must have been crying a lot, because she hadn't even noticed that she'd come inside the time machine, or that Rintaro had left. Her dad was next to her. He was also wrapped up in a blanket. He was looking at her. Have you counted down? What time is it? She wiped away the tears as she asked. It's almost a new day. So, to keep you out this late? It's fine, it's fine. Told you before, you can always count on your dad. The time machine's hatch was still open and the cold air was pouring in. Each time they spoke, they could see the breath turn white. The machine was still silent. They could use the life support system in the cockpit to keep out the cold, but she didn't want to waste the energy. She rubbed her cheeks with her glove-covered hands. The gloves Yuki gave her were very warm, and her hands were the one part of her that wasn't cold. You know, I think someday Okuin's gonna work with us. No, he's gonna be our leader. Suzuha was a little surprised to see Itaro speaking seriously. Normally all Itaro ever did was screw around. The Future Gadget Lab only exists because of Okuin. He's having a hard time right now, but he'll get over it. And then Hoin Kyoma will revive, you know. The name Phoenix isn't just for show. And when that time comes, Okuin will probably get in the time machine himself, without needing you to tell him. Suzuha realized Itaro was trying to make her feel better. Suddenly, deep in her heart, she felt a little warmer. Dad, do you realize how embarrassing the things you're saying are? Yeah, you're right. No way I could say that in front of Okuin. I'm going to write a letter to Uncle Okuin before tomorrow. If I try to talk to him directly, I'll end up acting weird again. I'll tell him I'm sorry. And I'm going to keep fighting a little longer. So I want him to just think about it. But still, there's not a lot left. There really is not a lot of time left. Not a lot of time, because Russia's started their experiments. You see, the internal battery for the quantum computer that controls the time machine is about to run out. A computer capable of using quantum mechanics overlapping to perform parallel processing. While modern-day computers switch between two signals, 0 and 1, to perform calculations, a quantum computer is capable of calculating these two signals at the same time. Whoa. This allows for exponentially faster calculations to the point where it is expected that quantum computing will change everything about the world we know. Particle quantum computers have yet to be built. Seriously? I told you I used the machine a lot starting in 1998 in order to look for Kagai. That wasn't part of the original plan. Of course, that meant I had used the computer that controls the machine more than I meant to. And that drained the battery. The battery's actually closer to running out than the fuel. It'll be hard to make the machine jump the way it's supposed to. If it's just a battery, can we swap it or recharge it? No. It has solar panels. Yeah. Can I take a look at it? Cesar nodded and pointed to a place at the core of the machine. Taro leaned his huge body forward to take a look, but soon he gave out a moan of confusion. What is this thing? The battery was the same size as the cars, but it was the product of 2036 technology, and Taro lived in the year 2010. There's probably no way he could understand it. From Taro's perspective, it might as well been a black box of unknown technology. A quick look wouldn't tell him anything about it, how it was built or how it would work. That was one reason why Cesar had agreed to let him look at it. I don't think you could do anything with 2010's technology. It's basically the same as a disposable battery. You can't charge it and you can't swap it out. Can you replace it with a battery or generator from this time? Cesar shook her head hopelessly. I tried that a long time ago, but it didn't work. I asked Big Sis Rumi to get me a car battery, one of the big ones they use in trucks. I hooked it up and it didn't last a second. What did you just say? I tried a gas power generator and it didn't work either. I can't even imagine how much gasoline you'll need. We can't fit that much gas inside the machine anyway. Big Sis Rumi went through a lot of trouble to get me one of the latest fuel cell batteries. But even that wasn't good enough. Future tech is amazing. All that power is something this small? I was staring in amazement at the futuristic battery. If only we could use garbage as fuel, like in that one science fiction movie. Was it Mr. Fusion? So, how long is it gonna last? Probably 1 or 2 more jumps at most. That's all? And even while the machine's shut down, it's still calculating gravity fields and possibility coordinates constantly. If we don't jump, the battery will eventually run out. We've got another 6 months of battery at most before we lose the ability to do an accurate jump. So that's all the time we have to save Masuke Krisu. Cesar grabbed onto Itaro's back and took a deep breath. It was squishy, and it felt good. What happens if the battery runs out and we can't control the machine? We lose control of the car black hole and are trapped beyond the event horizon for eternity, also known as the Schwarzschild radius, a point past which no information can be transmitted. Information transmission occurs via light and electromagnetic waves, but the incredible gravity at the center of a black hole makes it impossible for even light to escape. The boundary at which this occurs is the event horizon. Anything that occurs inside the event horizon cannot be observed from the outside. Since no light can escape, the center of the black hole appears black. Okay, a black hole. A black hole whose existence is predicted by a current theory of physics. Unlike other black holes, the singularity at the center rotates. While other black holes have their singularity at a single point, the Kerr black hole singularity is a ring. Don't even say stuff like that. It's bad luck. Yeah, sorry. But I wonder what it's like. I wonder if it's calm and quiet like this, and it just stays that way for eternity. Another trippy black hole dream sequence? Maybe that won't be so bad. As she clung to her family warm back, Cesar started to feel very sleepy. If she left her guard down for a moment, she was sure to fall asleep. She'd been trained to fight it on the battlefield, but this wasn't the battlefield, and she was exhausted from crying. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to let herself sleep once in a while. She sat down and held her knees like a child, then softly closed her eyes. I see. So Suza's leaving before summer ends. No matter what Ocarine decides. Just before she fell asleep, she thought she heard her father talking to himself. And back to Ocarine. Oh. Okay, this is truly paradise. Thankful for the upbeat music. Mao's eyes were shining like a little girl's. Not many girls would look like that if you brought them to a place like this. I was the one who brought her here, but she seemed to have forgotten about me entirely. She was wandering down the narrow corridors, where all the computers were as if in a daze. Then she came back to stop in front of one of them. Inside the shop were lots of little plastic bins filled with junk parts of all sizes. They had been taken off discarded PCs and appliances. Each of them was obviously dirty and lots of them were covered in dust. What's this board do, you think? It's got a beautiful pattern like a piece of art and it's made of aluminium. Oh, yeah? What? An IFX-008 image sensor? I can't believe it. This belongs in a museum. What's it doing here? Yeah? Akihabara is even more amazing than I've heard. Watching the the excitement on Maho's face creeped me out a little. This is who Maho really is. Quisu spoke from inside my phone. Maho said she wanted to go out with Quisu today. And so I ended up going on a strange date with two girls at once. This might be another test of Amadeus' capabilities. I've been here a few times, but I've only ever seen one other person stare longingly at computer parts like that. I know, you're talking about Hishida, right? Yeah. I feel bad for Maho, if you're comparing her to him. What? But no! Dao is awesome. Why is everyone picking on Dao like all the time? From what you said, he's an incredible pervert. That's right. That was rude to Hayu Yajo. It was early afternoon on a Sunday. There was a reason I came with Maho to the computer parts shop. Dr. Linskin and Maho were heading back to America in a few days. Oh. She was leaving soon, so she wanted me to show her around Akihabara like I promised. That was her message. That's what her message had said. So we met in front of the station in the morning and I asked where she wanted to go. This was the result. By the way, our first stop was Yadobashi and our second, Soft Map. I'd already taken her to a lot of used PC and retro PC shops tucked away in tiny aisles. You like these kinds of computer parts, Hayajo? It's not the parts, really. I just like building things. I used to make plastic models all the time when I was a kid. A kit made of plastic parts, put together by following the manual. Did you make germanium radios and stuff? Radio used uranium doodle as a reflector that requires no power supply. This term can also be used to kits used to build them. Since they're simple enough for anyone to build, there's a common choice for elementary school summer break projects. I built myself soldering them all the time. I burnt myself soldering them. I burnt myself soldering all the time. A mixture composed mostly of lead and tin that used the joint metal components together. It's very fun to play with, though very hot, and you shouldn't play with it. But it's fun. Me too. Guess everyone's the same way, aren't they? Probably not everyone. Actually, I'd assume that there was a majority of people who soldered in their homes growing up. Wow, I could stare at this stuff forever. Why didn't we come sooner, I wonder? Felt like she was never going to leave unless I dragged her out. Finally managed to succeed in getting her away from the parts shop and telling her it was time to eat. Went out to the main road. This area was close to the station, so it was especially crowded. Thanks to the crowd of people waiting to cross the street, you couldn't even walk in a straight line. Now then, where to eat? My first idea was make Queen plus Nyan squared, but after the way she reacted last time, it was probably best to avoid it. Still, shampoo wasn't a good choice for someone new to Akibara. Gasen or maybe Kitchen Juro? Go-Go Curry would work. Go-Go Curry? A curry chain based out of the stores all over Japan, but primarily used North, which is famous for its okay. Katsu and cabbage on top. A restaurant chain found in downtown Tokyo, as well as a proper combo menu offers large amount of delicious food. In addition to the restaurant, it also offers delivery service. Fair enough. I stood there thinking, oh. Mao stopped moving in front of the arcade directly ahead of us. Evidently, she was looking at the crane game on the first floor. Can we take a little look inside? I nodded. She is like a kid. Did I just see the phone change slightly? Nah. Mao walked up to the crane game and pressed her face against the glass like a little kid. Inside the glass were characters from at-channel memes, all of all different sizes. That's Upa. Maybe Mao is a secret at-channeler like Krisu? I like the Sega logo just barely visible on the left there. You just said C and E. Anyways, they were pretty close, so it was possible. Leaned over to Maho and whispered a magic spell into her ear. Nulopo. Old at-channel slang. It started on the program board as a shortening of null pointer, and as of now has no meaning whatsoever. Whenever someone says it, it's tradition for someone else to respond, "Ga." Ah, I just confused her. What? What's a null? What? Nothing? Forget it. So she's not? Krisu was glaring cold daggers at me from inside the smartphone, but I decided to ignore it. Hayajo, do you want that stuffed animal? Yeah, it's cute, isn't it, Krisu? What? Maho? Why do you look so flustered? It's nothing. I'm a little surprised, honestly. You just said you like computer parts, so I figured your taste would be more boyish. Okabe, you need to learn some tact. Say something romantic like the gap between... Wait, the gap between my expectations and your reality is really cute. Sorry. It's fine, really. Actually, Krissa is the one... Krissa had one of these stuffed animals in her bedroom. Did she? Wow, Bao! Did she buy it off the internet and have it shipped to America? Does it really matter? I guess you can tell she's a secret art channeler. What's an art channeler? Never heard of it. Nolapo. Ah. Even as past as Amadeus, she hasn't changed a bit. Hojo, did Chris ever tell you what kind of character this was? No. I asked her several times and she kept dodging the question. I'm sure. So I always kind of wondered. Do you know Okabe? Well... A chill ran down my spine as I heard the angry voice from the smartphone. I don't really know. I see. Sheesh. I defended your honor, Krisu. You better be grateful. Can I give it a try? That evil glare. Maho took her wallet out of the pocket and put a 100 yen coin into the machine. You move the arm back and forth and grab the stuffed animal, right? Have you never done this before? Mao's only ever plays racing games. That's right. What the hell is going on with Maho's face there? And this music. Maho. Sorry. Maho nodded and pushed the control button. Managing to move the arm directly over her target, she smiled satisfied. Simple. Then you just wait for the arm to automatically grab it, right? Well, normally, yeah. The arm wasn't straight for went straight for the doll, but the angle was slightly off, so it didn't grab it right. That doesn't make sense. What just happened? That's what happens your first time. Mao gave it several more tries, but she didn't seem to get the hang of it. She groaned and took the last 300 yen to the back of the arcade. She walked over to the game with a red and white two-tone Formula 1 car on the side of the cabinet. She slid inside, still angry. I remember that one was a CG racing game based off real circuits. Okabe. What is it? Now's your chance to show your manliness. My manliness? Get that stuffed animal that Maho couldn't. Oh, I see. And then give it to Maho. Is that what she was trying to say? Manliness aside, after seeing how badly she wanted it, I did want to try and help her. I took some coins out of my pocket and checked how much money I was carrying. Okay, it's been a while, but I'll give it a try. But honestly, I'm not very good at these games either. Even so, I was sure I could do better than Maho. May as well give it a try. Oh yeah. Empty? Yep. I like how Chris was looking. Damn. I wonder if there's like some weird mechanic to this. Oh wait! And so, after trying several times, hey! Whether it was luck or skill, I managed to get the stuffed animal easier than I expected. Okay. I stuffed into my bag and went back to the racing game Mao was playing. For some reason, there was a crowd of around 10 people around it. Wow, who is that girl? Don't ask me. She's in elementary school? I can't believe how good she is. Think she'll set a new record? The crowd was whispering to another. All of them seemed to be amazed. I made my way into the crowd and looked at the screen. The game Mao was playing was one of those where you had to clear each stage in a set time or it would be game over. With each race the course got more and more difficult, and she was placing first every time with ease. And the crowd watching her was in awe. She finally made it to the end of the last stage well ahead of the other races, and she'd set a new record. Whew. Just a satisfied smile on her face as she looked at the flashy congratulations graphic on the ending screen. Then she noticed the crowd around her and her body jerked. Congratulations, you set the record for our store. The arcade employee walked over to Maho and started to clap. Then the crowd started to clap as well. Huh? Maho's face went beet red. I should probably help her. I pushed my way through the crowd and grabbed her hand to pull her up. Let's go. Yeah, oh, yeah. I'd never seen her this obedient before. We made it to through the hustle and bustle and finally got out of the arcade. My whole sighed in relief. Whew. That was careless of me. What was? I got mad and I got serious because of this. I handed her the bag with my prize in it. What? She opened the bag and took out the stuffed animal. You got this? I got lucky. You can have it as a present. Really? It won't do me any good. Really? Okay. I'll take it then. Maho hugged the doll tight in her chest with an innocent smile of a child. Seeing how happy she was made me happy, too. After Chrissy died, her mom showed me a lot of the things she left behind. But this was something that Chrissy really loved. Her mom kept it in her own bedroom. If you didn't know it was an @channel meme, it was actually pretty cute. I could see her keeping it as a memory of her daughter. But after what happened to Chris's house, I'm sure it burned up too. So, can I give this to her mother in America? Oh god, yes. Of course. If you think she'll like it, that's what would be best. Thanks. Okay, what next? Any place you want to see? I guess you wouldn't be interested in anime or game stores. Kusu, I'm sorry, can you leave me alone with Okabe for a little while? Mao? You finally decided to be honest with yourself? Okabe, don't screw this up. Good luck, Mao. Bye. Hyojo? There's one place I want to go. Yeah, where is it? Is it someplace you didn't want Kusu knowing about? You can guess where. Right? No? The smile was gone from Maho's face. Oh. Oh, I know where now. Wow, this is gonna be depressing. She looked like she'd came to a strong kind of decision. And then I realized where she wanted to go. Take me to the radio building. Radican. The radio building. and she wanted me to take her there. I understood immediately, because that's where Maske Krisu had died. Whew. You know what? Let's save this for next episode. Whew. Thank you all for watching. At least we had some fun. Last episode. This episode even. Yeah. So, catch you all again next time. Bye.